Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Chaos-Reighn here, yet again. Yep, that's me doing another ice shot video, go figure. As I've said in my previous videos, I've been doing ice shots since about the end of Blight League, and I didn't really delete any of them in Standard. I just kind of, tweaked a little bit of things here and there, improved some things, kind of fixed up some stuff. Well, this variant of ice shot is I like to run fast variant, my let's go supersonic variant, and as such I have to go with the torrent belt with the movement speed corruption. I have a +2 Feral's Fur. These are just your standard frostbite cold damage for frenzy ring, and this is harvest crafted stuff I had left over from my shroud shot build that I didn't use, except for that wasn't for that build. Then I have the replica Hiri's Truth, so I can reserve more if I need to. I have less duration in my helmet, because my helmet is where I'm putting Aspect of the Cat. This is not a harvest crafted helmet, it's just something I whipped together real quickly, and it's worked for me, so I use it. I have a Purity of Elements, because I have the reduced mana reserve, I'm able to do that. Enlighten 4 and Divergent Precision level 20, so I can use max precision and everything else. I have Mirrored Boots. They are 43 movement speed boots with Onslaught, Tri-Res, and T1 life, can't be frozen. I have LE Weakness Oscarms for both of my curses, that's why I have Whispers of Doom allocated. We have the typical Void Fletcher with bow attacks fire an additional arrow. And then I have a very, very, very high PDPS thicket bow that I crafted during Harvest. Now, again, this is Harvest crafted stuff. This is standard. Path of Exile PS4 standard. Don't try and jump the gun and say, have all this stuff. It took me a long time to craft all this stuff in League during Harvest. I'm not deck stacking in this variant. This is just a I want to go fast variant. I have a Inspired Learning here with 1% reduced mana reserve, and another Inspired Learning here with Corrupted Blood. So I have a decent amount of node spec. Instead of a cold cluster, I actually have a 8 passive bow cluster, and my bow cluster has mainly for the movement speed reduction, and the life leech helps a little bit too. And then of course I have the other main node. I got lucky and got both of them. Sometimes I'll spec into the Calamitous just to freeze things a little bit longer. Other than that, I do have a Tri-Multi with damage penetrates Ali Res, and then this is just all res strength and mana reserve. I need the mana reserve because I do have a little bit more auras. Normally I'm supposed to take this node, but because I'm actually using what is it? Divergent Ice Shot here. This gives me an extra convert, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, an extra 23% convert, so I can actually save one node in my tree and convert that way. The one node is really helpful because this character is 97. This is a movement speed character, so I have to take movement speed nodes here, movement speed nodes here. I have a really respectable attack speed, 4 arrows, and this character is a Deadeye. Now, technically speaking, a Raider would be faster than this, but I wanted to play with Tailwind along with this and just run really quickly and whatnot, so I decided to go this route. I have 2844 life. This character actually has a little bit of damage reduction, decent chance to evade, and subpar dodge yet again. I don't have res cap because the current setup is just under the res cap threshold due to the fact that I'm using damage rings instead of using, a little bit of reses and stuff. And I am also using 5 passive voices in this build with Cold Conduction and Eye of the Storm for a little bit more crit chance, plus shocking any enemy that's chilled. I'm using a few crit clusters here. My Watcher's Eye is just a hatred, and then I have Chaos Res while affected by Purity of Elements. I got that pretty cheap during League. If you can get something like this, it's definitely worth it. And then my last cluster is a Chaos Res cluster, which also happens to have LE Res and Fire Res on it. So I just have a lot of resistances on 3 nodes here. No notable because of that. So without further ado, I have prepared one map. It's just a basic map, so you can see the performance, movement, speed, and what it's like to have a crazy fast eye shot build. Come the low balls in. This is why you don't play PlayStation 4 Standard market, or sorry, PlayStation 4 Standard, because people on the market tend to just throw you offers. Unlike on PC, we just receive our offers, and it's cool, but it can be annoying when people just throw you lowball offers for items that are worth more. Alright. As you can see, I have a pretty respectable clear. Let's pop some flasks, shall we? My movement speed and attack speed are both astronomical. The craft I have on my bow currently, it's only there because the double damage is just a kind of a little nice oomph for when the bow does feel like, does hit the double damage. I've had times where while barraging down an enemy, the double damage procs and it feels like it's just melting bosses. It's pretty much a permanent uptime of both of my sides of the aspect. I can kind of walk around and kill things really easy. Probably gonna kill this guy without even paying attention to him, really. Just there we go, he's dead. Well, apparently I killed the enemy over here when I shot this guy. I don't know how, but yep, that's Path of Exile for you. And somewhere over here we have Harbingers. Oh no, no mana regen, huh? I just posted a video just now of my other variant of Ice Shot. This other variant actually uses Eternity Shroud, but doesn't have a Headhunter on it currently. I do have a Shaped Headhunter, but I decided I wanted to go for more damage than Headhunter because it has enough speed, and I just feel like the Headhunter is just, it's not too much, it's just unnecessary for that build. Alright, we're just gonna ignore the Harbingers. I have one right here anyway, see him? Alright. Well, that was a very quick map. As you can see, there was also enemies have 50% more elemental resistances, so it was a very, very respectable amount of resistance versus my damage. Now, I will say that this is, again, not a budget-friendly build. The initial cost to this build is going to be at least a mirror or two. Especially if you're mirroring boots like these. You can pretty much build the similar build with Tailwind Elusives. You don't have to have elevated, but you're gonna miss the tri-res. The only reason why I wanted these is because they give me tri-res life and everything like that. But that's that. It's my build. I have a respectable 276k tooltip for my eye shot. That's pretty strong. Eye shot doesn't usually get too high of a tooltip unless you really invest into it, and I really have. This is a build I really love, and I like playing it in many different ways. If any of my viewer have any questions, feel free to message me and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. I really love this build. I love Ice Shot, and I don't mind giving you a rundown of how to build it piece by piece. Take it easy. Chaos-Reighn out.